I want you to copy this number, 313-380-2151. I don't plan on being long today, but I'm going to be strong today. I'm on a mission from Allah. My word is my bond. I will give my life before my word shall fail. I am a FOI soldier in the Nation of Islam, and my duty is to unite my people, black people, and protect the women and children of my nation. I will perform my duty faithfully, regardless to whom or what. My life and my death are all for Allah. I will be loyal and obedient to the Supreme Being, Allah, and the President of Master Farad Muhammad, who has authority over me. To him alone, will I submit. I fear none but Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. I finally figured out why the chat is not open. In order for me to open the chat, I got to agree to have commercials. I'm just not learning how to work, how to really work this. I'm an old school brother in the new school world, and with the assistance of my young grandson, he gave me some help on it. The rest I got to figure out on my own. YouTube is kind of tricky anyway. Knowing it's the enemy's device. And they want you to bow to their will, be politically correct. They say you are a creator. Man, in order to be a creator, you can't have no guidelines to be no creator. How you gonna be a creator and have guidelines? You can't have a community, the YouTube community, controlling your thoughts and your speech. That's not being a creator. What you're telling me is you're allowing me to get a point across on what's yours. But at the same time, you're trying to say it belongs to the community. No, man. It don't belong to the community. It belongs to you. And it's a way for you to make money, and at the same time, a way for you to see what's on the people's minds. If you get a percentage of the people that's dissatisfied with what's going on in the world, dissatisfied with their government, you know, that's good to know. And you can adjust your program of control accordingly. So you got guidelines to, you know, when it's, to your convenience, you could restrict speech, restrict the video from going around the planet. You can restrict the viewer, you can restrict the viewers, you know, by delaying the notification bell. You could delay that. And there's other little tricks you got up your sleeve, man. Shadow banning. I guess you could hide the subscribers that you got that a person might have, or you could hide the number of views. You could uh, use AI to dub in a synthetic voice that's what I'm here, uh, to try to get to my people, black people, and to unite my people and try to school my people in the ways of the beast, of the devil. And your job is to keep a brother from galvanizing a community. And I'm going to expose your tricks. I took up mass media. I took up mass media at Wayne County Community College, black-owned college, but they restricting them. They restricting them brothers over there. The founder of Wayne County Community College, Shaw, they found a way to restrict them how they teach. Because when I was going, it wasn't nothing but revolutionary brothers over there, teachers. And they had a different way of teaching. And the counselors, you know, they were black conscious counselors. And the time I was going, they wanted black men. They said we need more black teachers in the classroom. And I sat down and talked to my counselor, who was a woman, and she was telling me the behavioral process in order to make it. She said, "Well, we want to send you over to Wayne State, so you got to work it like this." And so she told me how to work it. So I went over there to Wayne State after I graduated, and you had to take an entry exam, and you had to we had a creative writing exam. They didn't like the way I expressed myself. They could tell by the way I worded myself that I was somewhat of a militant. And I had to take the test a couple of times. I got tired of doing it. You know, I said, "Oh, this is how they do it. The entry exam is to see how your mind works. You know, very clever. Some brothers conform. You know, there's a lot of brothers conform, and I didn't. I wasn't I didn't conform to their tricks. And they was giving out grant money, and they didn't want to give it to me. So it was delay or help in the financial. I didn't want to get no loan. You know, I knew about them loans and you know how you got to pay them back 10 years. I was up on that. So I just wanted a grant, and you know I had to wait in a long line for that. So I just quit dealing with them. And so what I did was they had a couple of programs at that time. They had a public access school at Barden Cable here in Detroit. Barden Cable was owned by a black man. He had a bunch of qualified people on staff. Norman Thrasher was on his staff. Y'all don't know who Norman Thrasher is, but he was a Muslim. But he used to sing with Hank Ballard, I think. Hank Ballard in the Midnighters here in Detroit. And I seen he was in communication. He was in the communicating. And inside the Comcast or Barden Cablevision, this was before he sold out to Comcast. He should have never did that. But he was money hungry. And he's no longer with us. R.I.P. Him and Michael Jackson was going to bring some kind of festival at the riverfront, but they wouldn't allow it to go through. Some kind of way they didn't want it to go through. I can tell you a whole bunch of stuff, young bloods, young sisters. to get you on the straight path where you should be at. No, no gimmicks, no strings attached. Truth should be told and not sold. You know? And we're talking about war strategies for the black man and black woman in the day of Armageddon, the seventh day, day of judgment. And I'm an FOI in the Nation of Islam, so you know that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad opened the seals on the Bible that King James tried to use technology on. So I'm going to read a little bit from the Bible because your preachers, they work for the devil, most of them, but some of them don't know it. Some of them honestly are naive and don't know it. They should know it in this day and time, but they don't. So in Malachi 4:4, remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb. Man, I can't pronounce those funny words. For all Israel with the statutes and judgment. Now this is God talking in Malachi. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him to Herod for all Israel with the statutes and judgment. Israel had broke every commandment even after Moses came. And this is God telling them that your time is up. And he says, behold, I will send you Elijah. Now, what Elijah is he talking about, I suppose? Is he talking about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet. Although the Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't refer to himself as a prophet because he said it wasn't nothing to prophesy. He said he was the fulfillment of the prophets. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. We here now. We're there now. We in those times now. We're here now. Then he says, and he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. And so Elijah didn't quite turn the hearts of the children to the Father, and hearts of the Father to the children. The devil knew about what Elijah's mission was, and the devil had to find a delay so he could stay a couple more days. So we're now carrying out, we're picking up the flag of Islam and his FOI, the faithful ones, the ones that internalize the teachings. We're continuing to try to unite our people and turn the hearts of the fathers to the hearts of the children, and the children to the hearts of the fathers, and the women to their husbands, and their husbands to the women. So you got to agitate in order to get something clean. You got to agitate the dirt out of it. So I'm agitating y'all. Black light is a light, that shows up in the dark. It could show, you can see fingerprints on surfaces that you can't see in regular light. And I'm bringing out things that on the Elijah's mission to see why we haven't built our nation yet. And we dropped the ball. But there's nothing done without the permission of Allah. And I see why it's happening the way it's happening. It's all in the Bible. We got to see, when you're tested, you got to see, can you hang, man? Can you hang when you tested? I shouldn't use that word, hang. Can you, well, I use some of the words Nipsey Hussle said, can you last the marathon? It's a marathon, not a sprint. And the enemy knows when to slow it down and speed it up. He knows when to put his foot on the gas, when to slow it down, like running a race, like driving in a NASCAR races, turning them corners. Now some drivers, they speed it up, and some drivers they slow down on them corners. But the enemy knows how to do that. Excuse me, y'all. A little mishap. A little mishap. I didn't know it. I'm going to continue on. Yeah, we back. Let's keep on pushing. Can't stop now. Got to move up a little higher, some way, somehow. When you go live, you know, you got all kinds of things happening sometimes. So you got to improvise, you know. Sorry for the disruption. So where was I? We was talking about well, I kind of digressed a little bit, but I was telling y'all about how I got media education over at Barton Studio. While I was over there, I was an apprentice under a brother named David Rambo, who had a show called For My People, a program called For My People. And Lawrence X was his protege. And I spent about a year with him. And then I went to Go Lightly, had a program that cost $50, a media program that offered radio and television classes. And while I was in attending class, it was we had a star that was in the entertainment business. I was in the entertainment business too. I had a group. I had a band and a vocal group. And while I was in the Go Lightly's broadcasting, this brother, I can't think of that brother's name, but anyway, he was a member of the Enchantments. They had a song out called Gloria. And he informed me that R.J. Watkins had a workshop. And R.J. Watkins had a radio and television and concert hall on Woodward. So I went over there and took the workshop. It cost $1,000. And so It didn't last, but man, we having all kinds of problems today. Yeah, man. All kind of problems we having. I'm gonna keep on pushing. Pick it up where we left off. I was talking about my experiences in meeting. Why is this important to my audience? Because media is a weapon that they're using to control the people with. And I didn't never want to get with the networks. And so um, the reason why I'm not still with the brother is because the brother uh, he was a good-hearted brother, but it's a brother over in his station that I feel is an agent. And so when YouTube came along, and I had a chance to do what I did over at RJ station on YouTube, I got with it. And so here I am today on YouTube. Come to find out that YouTube is part of the mainstream media. When COVID came out, they didn't want you to talk about COVID. You had to talk about COVID. You had to code it up. You had to talk about COVID in a special way. When I came into the YouTube community, they were talking about hate speech, and they were talking about conspiracy theories. And so I found that I thought they were independent, but then all of a sudden they started having commercials, just like you're watching conventional TV. So I figured it out. I say, oh, this is an extension, you know, of regular television, but it's controlled by the advertisement, and plus they could monitor and control your speech and how you say it and all like that. But I'm sticking with it. And the reason why I'm sticking with it, because black people don't have nothing of their own. They flocking to all these YouTube and other we and other type I don't know what you call them, stations or whatever formats, but they all the same thing. Like Facebook, I was gonna get with them, but then they had their problems. So I said I might as well stick with YouTube. YouTube seemed a little more freer, but now they shadow banning and whatever. But I'm gonna have to work around it some kind of way. Now, what happened a few minutes ago? That was all my fault. That was all my fault. I was bumping my stand that I got my video on, my camera on. I didn't have it secure, my stand secure, and you know it failed a couple of times. But we're gonna keep on keeping on. I got to get this message over to my people, and we're gonna start with the reason why I'm doing this. We never been fully, we never been compensated for 400 years of ter- being terrorized, being miseducated, to being not educated at all, to a holy cause. So we've been 400 years mistreated. And so what we doing, we trying to be citizens of a place called America. They take out, they, even though we had 400 years of free labor, never been uh, compensated for the loss of our loved ones, our ancestors. We working in their system and they tax us. And then they send our taxes over to Israel. Israel is all over in Africa because the Middle East is Africa, was Africa. And the French, I don't forgot the guy's name who built the canal, the Suez Canal right there and split up Africa up. And they got oil. Africa got all kinds of resources, oil and whatever you need is over there in that vicinity, all up the whole continent of Africa, including the Middle East. And they got us working against ourselves. And their whole thing is divide and conquer. They made us deaf, dumb, and blind so we don't know what time it really is. So when I read to you about Allah talking to the Israelis, let me read it to you again so I can get my train of thought back after all these self-made interruptions I had. And I don't want to be long on this one because I'm going to make a series out of this. And I want to get you back to where I'm trying to get to. Malachi 4, Last Testament. I'm going to go up to Malachi 4:3. Malachi 4:3. Now this is God talking. Allah talking. It says, and ye shall trend down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and the judgment. Now, some kind of way we think we Israel. The black man thinks he's Israel. And sometimes they refer to us as being the children of Israel. That's right. That we are the children of Israel. We were sent to the house of Israel to be slaves. Now the Jew or the Israelites, they're very clever. They could blend into any type of religion, any type of sect. All they got to do is change their name. There could be hillbilly Israelites, Christian Israelites. They know how to merge in, and then once they get in, they change it. Divide and conquer. They don't have to use weapons if they don't want to. They're very shrewd and clever. And they done got into Islam and changed that up. Then they got into the books of the Bible, changed that up. They even, when they invented Christianity, the Jews got into that and changed that up. They got into the government of the United States and changed that up. Now, the day of Armageddon is now. And God said, I'm going to send you Elijah to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the children's hearts to the father. And that's where we at now. The reason why all this death and destruction is happening, so you can see with your own eyes who the Israelis really are. And by you being deaf, dumb, and blind, and not knowing who you really are, you're aiding and abetting the destruction of a people. Both yourself over here, you already helped destroy the Indians, the Buffalo Soldiers. Y'all think y'all proud of that. You know, y'all proud of the Indian. Y'all helping the white man uh, fight the Indians. They got bases over in Africa. Y'all sign up for the army or the military, and they send you over there. They got military. U.S. got military bases over there, and you help murder those peoples over there. You help the white man fight in World War I. Of course, they was killing up their own self, but you was helping them fight. And then in World War II, you was helping them fight. Then when it got to some brown people, you know, uh, Korea, Vietnam, you help them fight, kill up these people who ain't never done nothing to you. And that don't seem strange. That seems strange to me, but to you think nothing of it. Because you don't want to think about your 400 years, you're ashamed of it. And in that process of you being a slave and having your own Holocaust that's greater than any slavery it ever was, because they made you lose your names, your God, everything. By you having that Holocaust, you conceded that the white man is superior to you. And every day you talk about, oh, white supremacy. But you give him that power. You give him the stick to beat you over the head with. You give him that stick. And even though Allah came in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, you continue on giving him that stick. So you go to work, you pay your taxes, and they send the taxes over to Israel. Israel build up their military. They got a bomb over there that could take out the whole planet. And you don't think nothing of it. And so you don't think that eventually that's gonna come over here. The Israelis are over here in Congress. They control Congress. They control the money. They print up the money. The Rothschilds. I mean, you got other little guys in they clique that's up under them, but the Rothschilds, you know, they the main ones. And you're not recognizing the fact that what they're doing is all against God, against God said, "Thou shalt not kill," in the commandments. What they doing now? Killing. They talking about they defending themselves, but they killing up all the innocent little children, the innocent little females. But what they did to us was even worse. What they did to the black man was even worse. They did the same thing to the black man as they doing to the Palestinians. They're doing to the Indians. But we kind of hard to kill though. Even though we, you know, are mild mannered, we kind of hard to kill. Because Allah don't like what's going on. So it's all there in the Bible. It's going to happen, you know, whether or not y'all wake up or not. Allah's wrath is going to be escalated. You see what's happening in the country? It's going to be escalated because you refuse to acknowledge not only who you are, but who the supreme being is. So I hate to see my people, man, go out like that. I don't want you to go out like that. So for those who listen, I'm giving you some strategies. First of all, you got to look at what happened in the past and tighten your game up. You got to tighten it up. It seems like there's no way out, but it is. That's why Allah is allowing a whole lot of things to happen, because the white man is so corrupt, he's fighting himself now. Biden and Trump, both of them are fighting each other. But both of them, when it comes down to the war over there, both of them co-signed that war over in Gaza. Trump wanna have a war with Iran, and Biden want to have a war with Iran. I think Biden, everybody talking about Biden is retarded or senile or something, or I think half the time he be high. I think him and his son get high, and I think that they know exactly what they're doing, but they so deep into what they're doing with the Zionists, they more connected than Trump is, you know. And even though Trump is winning in the polls, he's not going, unless he come up with something deep, it might not even be no elections. So what we got to get prepared to what's going to happen. In the meantime, we got the migrants coming over here in masses, and y'all can't forget about that. Now they want us to fight each other. They want you to fight each other. That's one way they could, delay the process of election. If y'all started fighting the migrants, because the migrants coming over here having, they letting them have their way over here. And y'all say, we've been over here and we've been working, Y'all got to recognize game when you see it, man. So instead of fighting them, get with them. Yeah, man. Because they see how wicked the government is. They wicked too. Some of them is wicked. Some of them were paid by the government to come over here. And so they want to get the black man and the brown man and all the people, to get mad at the migrants and start fighting them. That's another way they can get out of it. Because they trapped now. They trapped between Allah and a hard place. But y'all can't see it. But I see it. But I don't want you to go down with them. Because a lot of y'all support this so-called American system. And y'all just deaf, dumb, and blind, man. Y'all just can't see. And first y'all wanted to vote for Biden. Y'all say he better than Trump. Now y'all want to vote for Trump. Y'all don't know what to do, man. Y'all don't know what to do with yourself. See, the problem is, black man, the white man has so damaged your mind that you don't know how to help yourself. Always remember this. God helped those who help themselves. You the God of yourself. And if you can't realize that, then you letting the devil be the God over you. You got to get your own, black man. That's the only way. You got to separate from the system and get your own. We need our own broadcasting towers, our own. We a nation. We was a nation when they brought us over here. We was a nation of people. We had our own world. We was in our own world when they brought us over here to work and build up their world. America came out the mind of the white man because he was having problems with his motherland, England. And so out of his mind came America. While he was thinking about America, he had us as slaves. George Washington had slaves. All of them had slaves. And they trained us, after they got through making us deaf, dumb, and blind, they trained us to build them up and to destroy ourselves, to be self-destructive, but at the same time building them up. While they didn't allow us education, they was advancing their education. So they're not going to let you give you equal opportunity like you think, because you over there, because you see a whole lot of black people on television now. You see a whole black people on on the in the government, you know, a whole lot of people, a whole lot of black people work, black, brown people work for the government, believe in America. You just like this. I'm gonna tell you this story about the mule and the carrot. You know, mules like to eat carrots, but a mule is stubborn. He do what he want to do. So the farmer wanted to fill up his wagon, his little cart, with produce and take it to market so he could sell it. And he got this old mule. That day the mule didn't feel like pulling the wagon. So the farmer tried to whip him. He said, I ain't pulling this wagon. So to make a long story short, the farmer let the mule get hungry, but he wouldn't let the mule eat. And he had some carrots that he was going to take to market. So what he did was he hitched the mule up to the wagon, put blinders on each side of, and then dropped this carrot, let it dangle in front of him, just out of reach of his grasp. And that mule was trying to get that carrot, and he was pulling the wagon all the way to the market. So that's what he did with us. He let us get hungry, after he freed us, so-called freed us. Now we knew how to plant fruit, well, farms and stuff like that. Because we planted it for him. All we had to do was go and get some land. Some of us did that. We got some land and start doing for self, planting a crop, building our own houses and stuff. And then he'd come and burn them up. And he wouldn't let us in his town. We couldn't drink at his bars and taverns and stuff. We got real hungry. The plantations, wasn't happening no more. So anything he asked us to do, we did for a little nut. So we were sharecropping, getting paid very little. He wouldn't even let us vote because we weren't citizens. But he found out that since we want to be citizens so bad, that we'll pull his wagon for him. So the carrot was being a part of his government, being a citizen of the United States. He said, yeah, we'll tell them that they're citizens, of the United States, but for real they ain't. But we'll let them think that. So that's why Martin Luther King came. Yeah, we could ride the bus now with him, but we can't sit up there in the front with him. We got to sit in the back of the bus. So instead of us getting our own buses for our own people, we protesting to sit on the front of the bus. Instead of us building our own buses, we protesting to sit on a bus. With him. So you keep that carrot, you can be rich and famous in front of you all the time. But in the process of you trying to be rich and famous, he got strings attached to you like a puppet. And he let you get a little bit. And every time you get a little bit, he get more. Because you're pulling that cart to market. And after you get through pulling that cart to market, he give you a little carrot, little crumbs and stuff. And you think because you get a millionaire used to be something a long time ago, but it ain't nothing now. You in trillions and trillions of dollars worth of debt. Because you really stocks and bonds. You the real stocks and bonds. That's the only thing worth anything. The money ain't worth nothing. But you stock. You stock. See, we was made stock before they made the Constitution. Then he made the bond to represent the stock. Now, in the meantime, then he was coining, gold that he took from the Indians. He stole that gold from the Indians. They had sacred burial grounds or sacred spots where they had gold, because the Indians, they weren't into gold like that. So he took the gold from the Indians, made gold mines and took that and other precious minerals and metals. And then Rothschild and his boys came over here. You had to turn up all your gold to the Rothschilds, to the Federal Reserve. And then they issue to replace all the gold, they issue Federal Reserve notes, which is a debt note. Now we in trillions and trillions of dollars worth of debt because you are the stock. In other words, they're using your energy. That's why you get a Social Security number when you're a baby. You get your children a Social Security number when they're a baby. Ain't working nowhere, can't work. So you got the mark of the beast all on you. You got his name, you got his number. And y'all ain't woke up to this yet. This is what I'm trying to help you to, so you can protect yourself. In the meanwhile, while you in Disneyland, going to Disney World, tripping, he running some more technology on you. Look, he got now that gold, since the dollar is devalued, he got gold. You say the dollar ain't worth but 3 cents. An ounce of gold is worth 2,000 or more. You say gold is the universal money. So give me your dollars, and I'll give you this gold that's worth $2,000, and your dollar's worth 3 cents. Do that make sense? No, it don't make no sense. Then once you get the gold, you can't pay your bills with it. And you can't take it to the supermarket and buy no food with it. Unless they got a person that's a gold expert and see if it's real gold or not. And that take a long time to process that. So in the meanwhile, they take your dollars. But in the meantime, they're getting ready to give you a card. A lot of you got cards. Y'all ain't even got money no more. Y'all ain't got gold no more. Y'all ain't got money no more. You know, greenbacks or not greenbacks, but Federal Reserve notes. Y'all ain't got that no more. Y'all got a card. Now they want you to get what you call it? Them digital coins, crypto. They want you to get that. Telling you that's cool. That's invisible money right there. I mean, that's not a card. That's money on a computer. You know, that's money that ain't even in your hand. You already letting people hold your money for you. When you invest in stocks and bonds, you you investing you investing into companies, and they they got they got your money in their wallet. They got your money in their wallet. Just like crypto. They got your crypto currency or money in a wallet on uh it's in invisible. It's a wallet, a wallet that's online or somewhere in space and electronic space. It's all electronic. And to stop the flow of electronic, all you got to do is pull the plug or turn off the switch. They're already freezing accounts already. They can freeze your account anytime they get ready because everything is digits. So you can't pay your light bill with gold. You can pay it with that card though, because it's a digit. So they're making electricity money now. Really, that's all it is. They're trying to make electric cars and everything, they're making you pay for that electricity, which is free. So they're making, yeah, man. Y'all don't understand, man. Y'all ain't hearing what I'm saying. Don't it make sense though? I tried to, I was sabotaging my own self earlier, dropping dropping my little camera or whatever. But I'm just trying to make you aware of what you need to do. You gotta come out of her. The Bible tells you to come out of her. Build your own. They can't. They don't have no authority over us no more. All the corruption that they doing to each other, doing to us, doing to the planet. They don't have no. You know, they they forfeited their right to rule. It's our time to rule. The righteous is to rule now. Y'all say, well, God is He's gonna come back, and a lot of y'all think y'all gonna go to the rapture and go up in heaven and that Disneyland stuff, man, that cartoon stuff. Y'all watch too many cartoons. The only thing that's gonna save you is you. But you gotta separate from the devil. And you gotta unite with yourself. Unite with your woman. Unite with your children. The brothers gotta stop doing drugs. See, right now, while we do got quarters and nickels and dimes and Federal Reserve note, the only way you're gonna get rich is this way. Stop spending your money on stuff that you don't need. Stop going to McDonald's. You need to stop eating meat altogether. Grow your own food, grow your own vegetables and herbs and stuff in your backyard or anywhere you can grow them at. You can grow them in your house, just like you grow plants in your house. You could grow greens and whatever you know, beans in your house. You know, you're gonna have to start controlling where you get your food at, because we talking about eat this and eat that. He's poisoning all the food. He's poisoning the vegetables. He's poisoning all the fruit. He got watermelons don't even have seeds in them. But y'all buying that. You know, you don't have to get some of this land, this real estate. That's real money right there. That's the real money. And the resources up under the real estate. You know, you're gonna have to get some real estate. That's real money, real estate. You get that. Save your pennies. People be walking over pennies, man. Walking over dimes. They still spend, and they add up. And they got some pennies and stuff that's worth a lot of money. And some dimes worth a lot of money. Some of that old money still got silver in it. Silver dollars and whatever. You have to stop going to the beer store, liquor store. You don't need that. You have to stop going to them bars, saloons, and night spots, spending money. No, save that money, man. Stack them up in your house. You ain't got to tell everybody you got it either. You know, you don't need a whole bunch of clothes, man. You know, get you a few outfits. You know, don't get them old crazy trendy little stuff, because they trendy. They change styles, man, ever so often. You know, there's brothers that bought a whole lot of stuff in summertime, and it's wintertime, they ain't even got a coat. You got little hoodie jackets, hoodie sweaters, walking out here in blizzard weather. I know, because I did it when I was a young guy. You know, I buy a suede jacket, a waist, it only come to your waist. And then, you know, for the fall, it don't buy no coat for the winter. And then I have to go places. I got caught out there one day on the bus. I was catching the bus, you know, and all I had on was that suede jacket. I'm lucky to be alive right now. You know, get what you need, man. Make sure that you stay in good health condition, because you don't want to see that doctor. I ain't been to a doctor in about a good 50 years, man. I ain't seen no doctor. I ain't seen no dentist in 50 years. You see? And I got my teeth. And I'm still kicking. You know? The best insurance is you. Some of y'all want to go out, some of y'all want to get buried, you know, in gold caskets, pulled by 20 white horses, or either a stretch Rolls Royce, stretch limos with a gold and diamond caskets. Some of y'all want to go out like that. You dead, you don't know, you ain't gonna know what you ain't caring what you dead, man. You know, y'all spending all that money, you know. The funeral man, he might not like what I'm saying, you know, but y'all wasting a lot of money. You'll be surprised how much more money you'll have in your pocket if you budget your money. You want to go on a spending spree, you know. You want to get the best car in the world. You better say your old Humpty, that Humpty man, you better say that sucker, you know. Because the new cars that you get, they're going to have where they ran by remote and you miss a payment, they're going to drive their car back to the lot with you in it and put you in jail. And take care of your families, man. Take care of your families. You know, take care. Uh, don't do nothing stupid, man, because the, the police, they don't really have no authority over you, but they got that gun. And it's a whole bunch of police with artillery, you know, and you don't need to steal, you know. You don't need to steal because you got what you need if you just know how to use it. You got to work with what you got, but y'all don't know how to do that. Y'all gonna go and buy some blunts, gonna go and uh, get some beer, then cash in the pop bottles, and y'all happy, or cash in the beer bottles. You go to the liquor store every Friday. You go to the lotto, spending up $40 and $50 on a lotto, trying to get rich. You know, all you got to do is save that $50 that you spend on a lotto each week. And when you pay your bills, you could put, especially now that y'all got them cards, y'all pay y'all bills with them cards. Y'all could say if you got an energy bill for $300 or $400. What y'all think about doing is paying the whole thing at once. You might not never get that $300 or $400. So just put something on it each week. Put something on it each week. Put a dime on it. Whatever you got. What I mean dime, I mean about $10. Whatever bill you got. Put something on it each week. And every time you go to the store, buy some canned food or whatever. Stock up. Because it's going to be a time you ain't going to be able to go out the crib. You ain't going to be able to go out the house. And if you don't believe me, just wait and see. And some of y'all Wild West guys, y'all going to be stealing from your next door neighbor. Because it's going to be a drought, man. After this harsh winter, you see how cold it is? We're going to even have a hotter summer and a more turbulent summer. There's going to be tornadoes everywhere. Because y'all ain't waking up. As soon as you wake up and recognize who the real supreme being is, Allah and the personal master Farah Muhammad, your life may be spared. Man, it's gonna get rough. Now Detroit, we ain't had it too bad, man. We done seen it ain't never last this long, no. We had a cold spell for about a week and maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. But it's letting up now a little bit. You know. But I remember a time when we had a Arctic blast that lasted for about a week, you know. And I remember a time when we had 8 feet of snow. But it ain't over with, you know what I mean? Because we got February and March to go. But the black man don't know who he is. You don't know, black man, that you can control the weather. So you don't know who you are. I'm not gonna tell it to you on this. I'm gonna tell you how to get in tune and how to get in touch with the real you. You are the only one, black man, black woman, that had a supreme power to turn everything around into your favor. If you just get in touch with yourself, unite with your brother, unite with your sister. I'm getting ready to shut this down. Stay ready, tuned in for part 3. And I hope I have been helpful to you. Until we meet, have a peaceful night's sleep or rest and an early morning rise. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. It's been a rough one, but we made it through. We stuck with it. I hope I got my message over. Assalamu alaikum again.